Welcome, travel agents, to this week's supplier training. This is Alex from Archer Travel. We're joined by Irene, Wendy, Victoria, and Tanya from Globus. Ladies, if you want to introduce yourselves, say hi.
Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. We're so excited that you have joined us to learn all about the Globus family of brands and how you can be successful with selling groups.
Hi, everyone. I'm Wendy Stansel, Globus Inside Sales. I work with Irene, and we are your sales team. So reach out if you need anything or have questions.
Hi, everybody. I'm Victoria Sheehan. I am in the Globus Family of Brands Groups Department. I'm one of the group specialists and someone you might be in contact with when you hold group space with us. Happy to be here.
Well, hey, all, my name's Tanya Hayes. I am new to the team. I am on the team for the group specialist, and I really do look forward to working with all y'all.
Wonderful. So, Alex, I think we can go ahead and get started. I will go into everybody's role, Archer family, as we go through the PowerPoint and how you can take notes and be successful with groups. Alex, am I okay to start sharing my screen?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead. And for anyone in
Okay.
chat, if you have any questions for Globus here, drop them in the chat. We'll make sure we get time at the end to answer all your questions in a Q&A. But yeah, absolutely. Irene, if you want to take it away, it's all yours.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you guys again for joining. I know it's 5 o'clock almost somewhere, just about 4 o'clock on the East Coast, 1 o'clock out here on the Pacific Coast, where the Archer headquarters is. And as I just mentioned, I am Irene Gadzagayala, and I am your Globus Family of Brands Business Development Manager. And I am all things Globus for you, in addition to Wendy Stansel, who is my inside sales teammate. I tend to call her lately my inside sales superhero. So the two of us are your sales team. And then as you start on your group's journey, you'll start working with both Victoria and Tanya to get started in learning the quoting process and how all things groups related to land tours with Globus and Cosmos or with Avalon Waterways is similar, but a little bit different when it comes to the group process. If you've watched Jose or Peggy's groups webinars recently, you'll notice as we go through our journey right now that there's going to be some similarities and some major differences. And I'm super excited to walk through that with you because sky's the limit with groups. This is where your bread and butter is, and commissions with a comma with groups when it comes to land tours with Globus and Cosmos, as well as Avalon. But if you previously missed or haven't watched the recording for the foundation of the Globus family of brands that I did back in July with Amanda, I'm going to go through a little bit of a high level overview with you now before we get into the groups pieces. So Globus has been around for 97 and a half years. We are family owned. We're 2.5 years away from being 100. We're proud to say that we cover 741 vacations across 6 continents, going to 77 different countries. So that makes up all touring types between Globus and Cosmos and Avalon Waterways. And with 741 vacations, there's bound to be something for your client to get them on a fantastic product. We have 2 different touring styles, as I've been mentioning a couple times already, between Globus and Cosmos. These are our main and our only touring products. And we're going to have our classic tours follow under Globus. And you'll notice that you're going to have experienced local tour directors providing a fantastic land tour with Globus. And primarily the differences with the two is that Globus, you're going to have more inclusions with the land tour vacation. You will be staying in 4- and 5-star hotels in the heart of the destination, and you will have VIP access to the must-see sites as well as behind-the-scenes storytelling with each of the places that you're going to go. With Globus, you'll also have everything packaged for you. That's what the beauty of touring is. So you'll have your inter-tour transportation included. as well as your hotel stays, and you'll have a selection of meals and excursions to partake in during the course of the tour. We're going to go in over the course of my webinar journey with you. We'll highlight each thing on different webinars. And remember, as this is a high level, you can always learn more in the meantime by going to the Travel Advisor portal, looking at the Knowledge Hub, and exploring the different products. For our value-minded Get clients, you're going to have our Cosmos touring brand. And what this is going to be value-minded, where we're seeing clients who have never gone to Europe before. That's primarily where they want to try first, and they're working with a budget. Within the 97.5 years that the Globus family of brands has been around, our Cosmos product has been around for just over 60. And we're providing affordable touring vacations to allow your clients to share the world's riches within that budget. And then we'll look at the differences coming up. But between Globus and Cosmos and our land touring products, we're providing you two options for your clients to see the world, whether they want to wander on the budget with our Cosmos brand, or they have a little bit more of a flexible spending budget and they have that desire to be in the heart of the city with our Globus product. One of the things we've seen over the course of the last couple years is that client trends are trending to evolve. And with those interests and desires, we're making sure that we're kind of keeping up with the Joneses in a way. And with Globus, we're going to have 12 different travel styles that's going to hit every different mindset. So if you have a client that doesn't necessarily want to be with a group, they want to do their independent touring, we have Globus Independent. But the benefit of it is that we're taking care of all of those logistics for you. They have plenty of free time to roam on their own. Their hotels are going to be taken care of for them, as well as their inter-tour transportation. But with that free time, their independent spirit can take them wherever they want to go with the Globus Independent. You'll also have, regardless of the touring style, support of local tour directors for communication when needed. We're also going to give you different suggestions for excursions to do within the tour package itself with Globus Independent. Again, you can learn more about these different touring styles in the Travel Advisor portal. Another one for a touring style, especially now that we're coming into the off season, is our Globus Escapes. These are value Globus tours that are done between November to March, and they also cater towards single supplement promotions. And they are a strategic product for us because we want to continue having our tour directors spend time with your clients, have our hotels full. And these are off the beaten path itineraries within our traditional itineraries, offering a savings, better weather, and lesser crowds. So why would you not want to look at the escapes for a client if they can go between November and March in the off season and do a fantastic Globus tour? We also offer special events, and we partner with other tour operators and suppliers. We have over 100 different touring styles that offer inter-tour railroad, Rocky Mountaineer, or cruises. Everything can be learned about when you take a few minutes to explore the Travel Advisor portal and look at the different brands that we partner with, offering your client a great tour vacation with possibly planes, trains, and automobiles. When you're looking at each itinerary, you'll be able to see the hotel properties that your clients are going to be at, where they're located, as well as what other modes of transportation or other features, such as that Rocky Mountaineer railroad train ride or a celestial cruise when you're doing a faith-based tour, or if you're looking at something with Alaska, a Holland America 7-day cruise could be offered. Don't discredit, always ask and look for it, and you might be surprised that Globus probably has it. But bottom line, we're going above and beyond for your clients. We're providing unique experiences at great value with our Globus promotions, as well as our Cosmos brand and our Globus Escapes. Well, we've been around for 97 years. That's offering you reliability and ease with touring and doing a package product for your clients. When you book a Globus or a Cosmos tour, you're typically saving over 40% than doing it yourselves with FIT. It's turnkey, it's easy, and you're going to have the support for you with your journey. Taking a quick peek at Cosmos, this is our dream vacations at a dream price. So it's getting that new to touring client that you might have working within their budget on the land tour of their dreams. And Cosmos offers flexible options within smart hotels. So while Globus is 4- and 5-star hotels in the heart of the destination, our Cosmos is going to be smart hotels just outside of the heart of the destination, typically 3 to 4 stars, with just the right amount of sightseeing. So you're always going to have free time within the 2 touring products. But with Globus, you're going to have more inclusions than Cosmos, and Cosmos will offer more free time. But there's the right balance. You're going to have the experienced tour directors with you. Your inter-tour transportation is going to also be included. Some meals, primarily breakfasts, will also be included with Cosmos. Again, when you're in the travel advisor portal, looking at a specific itinerary between Globus or Cosmos, it will give you all of the information that you're going to need for your client to let them know what to expect and when and how to prepare. But bottom line, today's traveler wants more flexibility. And again, you're going to have free time built in with both of those touring options. With off the beaten path itineraries and destinations, making your clients really feel like a local when they're going into those cities. We'll be in the heart of the destination, as well as we'll be taking you outside to really feel like what local life is like. Offering more active and immersive experiences between our active and discovery tours, and a varied travel squad. I feel like this is one of the most important things about touring is the software. So we all have heard probably what hardware is between the ship or the state-of-the-art motor coach or the hotel or the Wi-Fi working. Those are all hardware details. But software is your fellow travelers, who you're on tour with, or who you're cruising with, your tour director, your cruise director, the motor coach driver. Your varied travel squad is going to help you and your clients make those extra special memories that are going to continue to turn them into repeat land tour travelers. Remember, we have 12 different traveling styles, so they're going to be coming back again and again, earning those welcome back credits to make extra special memories by going to these unique local places and more travel period, bottom line. And we make touring easy. We're going to have the most inclusions between Globus and Cosmos. When you're VIP and you're going to the main attraction of that city, you're going to be VIP. And with that tour director, you're going to skip the lines. You'll feel like a local by going to off the beaten path locations. You'll have hotels in the heart of the destination for our Globus brand. Cosmos will be just outside of the city. Both will have freedom to roam on your own, and you'll always have the support of our local tour guides and tour directors who have earned their tenure to be a Globus or Cosmos tour director. You'll have always complimentary Wi-Fi in the hotels and motor coaches, and you can follow along and plan ahead in the Globus or Cosmos apps. Taking a look now at Avalon. This is one of my favorite things to talk about, and I can't wait to go into a deep dive with you in October for how to maybe move over some of your ocean clients who are ready to river. And Avalon offers 79 different cruises, over 11 rivers, hitting 24 different countries. Those 11 rivers you can explore in the Travel Advisor portal, but they're the Rhine, the Main, the Danube, the Douro, the Moselle, the Rhone, the Saône, Seine, Mekong, the Nile, and the Peruvian Amazon. There's going to be a test later at the end, so hopefully you wrote those down. But basically, Avalon is smaller ships with bigger experiences. It's fewer people and more of everything. And on board our award-winning suite ships, crowd pleasing is not in our vocabulary. We don't like crowds at all. Instead, we have an average ship count of just 150 guests. And just to preface the experience for Avalon, it's to set the stage. And we agree that ocean cruising is an amazing way to travel, but river is a completely different experience. Our river cruise vessels are built to slowly pie through the world's weaving and meandering rivers, to port in storybook settings where castles are in front of you, and to sail under century-old bridges and squeeze between 12-meter wide locks. So take the Panama Canal straight out of your thought process, because these locks are even more intimate. And with an average of 150 guests, we also have a fantastic crew ratio to allow that extra special attention for your client. It's truly destination based with river cruising versus what ocean cruising has to provide. And that's where the big difference is. And it's all about our outlook. We are known for our panorama suites on board our 15-ship suite fleet in Europe, where we have the industry's only open-air balcony with the widest opening windows, where your stateroom becomes the balcony. And with all of the river suppliers in the industry, we have 30% larger suites within the industry sizes, allowing 100% wide open views. But why Avalon? It's contemporary relaxed luxury, where again, we are known for our beds that face the view. You can see it from this picture here. You're not looking at a TV or a picture in front of you. You are truly seeing the wide open river and what she has to show you. We'll have custom bed and pillow mattresses for you for a firmness menu, larger bathroom and showers, L'Occitane bath products. Within the Avalon experience, we'll go over more of those inclusions coming up in October, but think complimentary Wi-Fi, up to 25 different shore excursions to choose from that are included in the cost of the river cruise, just as a teaser. This is a picture of the bird's eye view of our panorama suite. So you can see here, it's 200 square feet, so 30% larger than industry average, and our beds face the view. You can see it's a full-size bathroom. We've angled that wall to make that shower space bigger. Plenty of storage, an entertaining area, a couch for two, the table and chairs move. You sometimes want to be in your stateroom just after lunch watching the river go by. And these staterooms, again, are 30% larger than the industry average, and they are 80% of our staterooms on board our suite fleet. Here's just a quick picture of how that panorama suite comes to life. This is actually in Budapest. You can see the Parliament building just past this window here. And when you have your slider open, it's 7 feet tall by 11 feet wide. It encompasses an entire wall. Just, you can feel the river cruise magic coming through in the breeze. But to learn more, again, as we did that high level overview, you can always wander over to the Travel Advisor portal. We'll throw the website in the chat. But now we're going to head over to talk about groups and how you can be successful with groups with Globus. So just a quick agenda. Well, why groups? Where to find them? So similarities, the foundation is the same as what Jose and Peggy have talked about before. And marketing, we give you plenty of options to help you market your group, turnkey resources, and where to find those. Wendy's going to look over those in the Travel Advisor portal when we get to that coming up in a couple slides. But why you would want to sell groups with Globus: high profitability, commissions with a comma. You have the opportunity based on that touring ticket or that Avalon invoice to increase your sales volume with us and with the Archer leadership team very quickly. It positions you as a specialist when you're selling Globus, especially if you've taken and you're up to date on your GFAB University. We offer amenities for a competitive edge, especially with our Avalon River cruises. And you're continuing that relationship with your client. You're on their journey of evolving. So the more you've worked with them, you're continuing that relationship. They're going to look at other products with you to give them better adventures. And when you create a group, You have the opportunity to always market and get those referrals to have your group go bigger. So why book a group with us? We offer more experience. Again, we're nearly 100 years old. While I have been new-ish to the Globus family of brands, Wendy and Victoria, as well as Tanya, have been around for decades. Between the three of us, we have the expertise, as well as our Globus team and groups, and our reservation specialists to help you be successful. We're providing more value. Our volume of buying power, especially with touring between our contracts and partnerships with our hoteliers and our transportation companies, and owning our own river ships allows us to include more for you and your clients and offer different promotions that are available to you. Our experienced tour and cruise directors have been also in the industry for decades. They've worked their way up to their position that they're in now, as well as they're also from the local area where you're going to be having your clients take that river cruise or participate in that land vacation. And more service between myself and Wendy and our group travel specialist team and our groups department and our reservations team. You're going to have support from every direction, whether it's you're doing an individual invoice or you're going to be successful with this group. You're going to have the support that you need from any direction. Now, holding your group space. This is where it gets a little bit different. And if you are hopefully have a pen, listen to how easy it is. Your group space, actually, it starts with 8 people. So just 8, not 8 cabins, not 8 motor coaches, not 8 couples, 8 people. And for land, for most land tours, you're able to hold your group with a refundable deposit at the group level for $500. When you're starting on your journey, you're getting ready to have that conversation with our group travel specialist team that Victoria will give you a little bit of more in-depth on coming up. You're really going to go into having the opportunity to go through any questions that you have. But it's just that simple. 8 people make a group. And when you're looking at touring with land, for most land tours, it's a refundable $500 group level deposit that's going to hold your seats on that motor coach for that land group and any applicable promotions that are available at that time. And then for Avalon, it's still 8 people make a group. And it's a $25 per person based on 10 refundable group level deposit that's going to hold your space on the ship and secure your promotion that you want to use for the life of the group with Avalon. So as we base an Avalon group level deposit on 10, it's just $250. That's so easy, right? And the best part is with Avalon, the promotion that you choose to lock in when you put your group level deposit down will be with you for the life of the group, even if that promotion were to expire. Now, the shelf life of promotions with Globus is way different. They last up to weeks. And don't forget, you guys are a part of Travel Leader, so there are some fantastic consortia promotions that you can also take advantage of, in addition to public promotions at the time. But again, 8 makes a group, and with this, we pay out some fantastic tour conductor credits. It's 1 for 8 for both land and Avalon for 50% TC. So we'll pay you half a TC if you get 8 passengers fully deposited and traveled with their non-refundable $250 per person deposit. And then for land, traditionally, it's 1 for 16 tour conductor credits. We're going to talk about how Archer is special coming up in the next couple slides, but I'm just talking about the basics now of how it typically works. And then for Avalon, your TCs will have that 50% at 8 or 9, because we also cater to single supplements on different promotions with Avalon too. But for that full TC, it's going to be 1 for 10 always. And then we'll also earn incentives for air. We have a fantastic air team. You can reach them by phone. They'll help you with group flights. When you're ready, don't discredit air. But we're going to offer some fantastic incentives at the TC level with at least having 50% TCs at 8 people. And we're the only ones in the industry that do that. With Avalon, when you block the group, we're also going to give you complimentary prepaid gratuities as a part of the group, in addition to any promotions in effect that you're going to lock in once you do that deposit. So here's an example of a quick earnings potential with commissions. So this is just a 17% example to see how high your money can possibly go. And then here's some similarities with where Peggy and Jose have maybe talked about wanting to get your referrals or your book of business for this group. So think really about where you're involved in home, where your kids are involved with, your family members, who you know in the different areas that you could possibly network to be successful with your groups. Think about if you have any wine appreciation events, if you're into any culinary, you have a cooking club, libraries, you guys are experts with your book of business. These suggestions are just to get your mind thinking to build that lead tree for your first Globus group. And then it also comes down to milestones and celebrations. Who's celebrating what? Family reunions, a fantastic destination wedding, getting married in front of a castle. The sky's the limit with your creativity, and we can happily help you create a group around that celebration or milestone event. Typically, we do like to see bookings for groups normally about a year out. We do have our group schedule and our itineraries with River and Land just about through 2027. So now is the time to start thinking about that. And then we also do, in addition to our standard groups, we also do sole use coaches. So if you're thinking about chartering a motor coach, doing something extra special, you would work within our groups team to do a sole use coach. They'll go through, Victoria, Tanya, the group travel specialist team will go into these details with you and based on what you're looking at. So sole use coaches are available for land. And then we're also going to do full and half charters with Avalon. You would work with our charter team once you're ready to learn all of those logistics for a full or a half charter when the time came, as well as myself and Wendy. So you have a group, fictitiously, what now? We're going to offer you some marketing resources to get your group going and on its way to getting those people birthed in staterooms or birthed into a motor coach. So you could post on your website. We have within the Travel Advisor portal, within the hub, our marketing resources, we have plenty of opportunities for you to create turnkey social media pieces. You are always going to be wanting to promote constantly on social media. I can work with you on a virtual event, depending on where you are in the country or local. And be sure to poke around the Travel Advisor portal and look at all of the free marketing resources, email templates. We can help with flyers and utilizing our social media pieces. And as well as we partner with Rallyo for turnkey items that you can schedule, not possibly specifically geared towards your advertising of your group, but to get the word out and the interest spinning about all things Globus and Avalon. Within the Travel Advisor portal, we do have some resources for you, getting your group to go guide. So some inspiration for you with what to do next. Once you have that group quote in your hand and you've done that security to get it locked and loaded. We'll also offer how to do custom touring with our sole use coaches or a custom group if you have more than 20. And then our brochures. This is 25, 26, 26, 27 will be coming soon, but we can order these for you, or don't discredit a virtual brochure to turn pages from the brochure into super easy flyers by printing that specific page and turning it into a PDF. We're also going to be offering you the ability with our flyers to do co-branded itineraries. So once Wendy goes through in just a minute to do the drive around for the travel advisor portal and our groups page, we can have you take the time to look at co-branded itineraries, put your call to action for your specific contact information, and get those flyers out into the world. But bottom line, we are your partner for profit. It's easily able to do business with us. It's one system, one set of policies, and with high commissions being paid early with no NCFs, we're going to be your trusted partner in your success when you're selling the Globus family of brands. We are 100% trade focused. We only work with you as a travel advisor. And that is why I'm so excited to tell you guys that Archer Travel Service is a part of our group's development program. And that's meaning you guys have some extra special benefits headed your way. That means that because Archer is a part of our group development partnership program, you are going to have the benefit of having no group level deposit required for any group space that you hold with Globus and Cosmos up until 6 months prior to departure date. And that allows you to market and get those non-refundable deposits and your clients committed up until 6 months. So the further out you create that group space, you as an Archer travel specialist will be able to take advantage of this program, lock in that group space, and market to get those people interested and putting down their deposits and getting them excited for their upcoming vacation. We do need at 6 months names and non-refundable deposits at that time. So the further out you block that group space, the more time you're going to be able to have that complimentary group and market it. There are some logistics that we have to have in place, so red tape. Again, this does apply to Globus and Cosmos land tours for the group development program. And as an agency overall, we are able to accommodate this program to hold 5 groups at a time, up to 16 TBA spaces. Remember, you only need 8 people to do a group, and we see typically groups travel anywhere between 10 and 20. As you start birthing your group, or you put that group level deposit down once you hit that 6-month mark, that number will go back towards the total number of 5. It's for Globus and Cosmos tours that are not Globus Escapes, sole use coaches, or tours that require per person deposits for TBA space that would typically include rail or cruise portions or intra-air vacations that are not included. That is a part of the TBA space that we would need to hold a deposit for because there are other vendors involved. But when you have your conversation with the group travel specialist team, they'll really be able to go with you into detail based on the tour you're looking at for what can be incorporated into the group development program and what would be excluded. But primarily, it's Globus Escapes, any sole use coaches, and tours that feature other types of transportation like a rail, Rocky Mountaineer, Intertour Air, or possibly a cruise portion. And Avalon, because it's a cruise type of vacation and it has its own set of group guidelines, Avalon is not included. This is specifically just for Globus and Cosmos. Now, remember when I talked about previously the standard tour conductor credits? The Globus leadership team was gracious enough, and they know how successful this is going to be, that they have given you the opportunity to earn 1 for 10 tour conductor credits for Globus and Cosmos groups between now and the end of the year. So between now and December 31st, you need to create that group space, start marketing, and for Globus and Cosmos, you will earn 1 for 10 tour conductor credits at 100% versus that 1 for 16. So that's hopefully a fantastic incentive. It's giving you between now and the end of the year to think about your lead tree, where to get your next Globus group, and some fantastic earning potential. Now, I've referred to a couple times the group travel specialist. This is your first support system for understanding your quotes that you're going to receive when you've expressed interest in an itinerary. And this is where Victoria Sheehan and Tanya are going to be your first point of contact with Globus groups. Now, Victoria, if you're ready, I'm going to hand it over to you to give a little bit of the journey for what that entails from beginning to deposit.
Sure, absolutely. Thank you, Irene. So it's hard to explain the journey because everyone's journey will be a little bit different and you're all going to have different questions as you're starting off. But essentially, myself, Tanya, really the rest of the group specialist team, we're all here to support you from the first time you reach out to us to ask for a quote or just ask for some assistance, understanding the itineraries, understanding the group policies, any questions at all. We're here, all of us, to guide you through that. From the moment you reach out to contact us until the time you secure your group space. We're just here for you. We have heard, I have heard every question there is, so please don't feel like, any question is too silly or too small. Quotes take us just a moment to put together. We're happy to quote you pricing on any tour, even if it's one that you end up not going with. And yeah, we're just here to, make it easier for you to secure your group space. Once you do so, then we sort of hand you over to the group specialists on our team who are more on the service side of things. They continue to work with you for the life of your group right up until, trip start date. So all of us really in the groups department, we're all knowledgeable. It's a great team and we're all just here to help you. We all love what we're doing. And so, we're just here every day. We're looking forward to working with many, many of you from the Archer family. Thank you.
Thanks. And that's a great little detail I forgot to mention. So in addition to having Wendy and I as your sales support system, once you have gotten your groups down with Globus, you're going to be working then with a dedicated group specialist where throughout your journey, you're not going to be speaking to a different person each time. You're also going to be delivering or developing a relationship with our other teammate for Wendy and I, and her name is Dilbar Maestri. She couldn't be here with us today, but once you've graduated and you've put down all of your group necessities to lock in your group with Victoria or Tanya or the other group travel specialist team who you develop your initial relationship with, you'll be then working with Dilber for the rest of the life of the group. So it'll be one constant contact for any birthing or deposits being made for getting people into that group that you have with non-refundable deposits. So having that solid point of contact, developing that relationship with her, as well as a group travel specialist team in the beginning is a pretty good point to keep in mind as well. But here, we're getting ready to have Wendy quickly take you into the Travel Advisor portal, and she's just going to show you how to find the groups page within the Travel Advisor portal, as well as maybe running over to where you can find all of the marketing resources within the hub to do those co-brandings. So Alex, I am going to stop sharing and then I'm going to let Wendy take over. Okay.
Well, I'm ready, so that's good.
Awesome. There you go.
Okay. So hopefully you can see the portal here, the beautiful Budapest and one of our Avalon ships. And we're going to go ahead and start with where to find the group page. And that's going to be here on the left under Booking Tools. And you'll just go to Group Travel. From this page, it'll tell you about all the wonderful things that Irene has been going over. And I think an important part here is the group a quote form. So you could actually request a group quote right from here. You can also request a meeting with Victoria or Tanya. So that's really cool. You can just do that right there. You can also call into the groups department for the quickest response to get a quote. And some of the guides that we talked about are here. I'm going to move, and then all the details on the group rebates. But remember, you guys get 1 for 10. That is amazing. Such a special offer. So after you book your group, you get your request there. You're going to want to market your group. You can email me and Irene, or you can go to the source and see if we might have something that's already built and beautiful. You'll have to log in once. It's the same login to the Travel Advisor portal. And from here, you can search by brand. So if you've booked an Avalon Cruise, Cosmos, or Globus. And then you can also search by different sources here. I like the social media page. We have flyers and emails. I'll pop into a couple of these just to show you some examples. Let's take a look at a destination social media tile. There are so many to choose from, you guys. So, and these are honestly so beautiful. They're crisp, they're professional looking, and look how easy it is to download. And there you go, you can attach it or download it. It's that easy. How beautiful is that? And what else did we want to see? The flyers, the emails. I feel like our emails are very professional. Our marketing team does a beautiful job. These are going to be emails you can send out to clients, and you can customize, put your information, and that will reflect down at the bottom of the email. See how gorgeous these are with the beautiful pictures. Your information will be here. You click download and you drop it into the body of an email. Very, very simple. The flyers, these are going to be already put together flyers, but we can customize a specific group flyer for you. We do have a great marketing team that puts them together, usually a day or two turnaround, so you can start getting getting that out to promote to your potential clients right away. Let's see, one other thing I wanted to mention, Irene, for anyone that's a little bit newer and wants to learn a little bit more, this Knowledge Hub has so much information. You can do the Globus University. We have webinars that are pre-recorded from Tamara and some of our other colleagues. So if you're specifically looking at a certain product or cruising, there's tons to choose from, lots of knowledge in there. But also, I know that travel agent discounts and FAM rates are very popular, and it's fun to earn those. So how to earn those is here. Travel Advisor discounts. Starting at 4 travel passengers, you can start earning 50% off. There's lots of details here. But the other one is Sweet Rewards. You can sail with if you have one booking with Avalon Waterways for $12.95 per person in that beautiful panorama suite. And we have 25, 26 dates. So it is a great way to experience the product.
And we actually have, don't we, Wendy, when
What's up?
advisors earn their Sweet Rewards with that one booking, they book their Sweet Reward and then they create a group around it.
Yep,
So it's kind of like a come with me type of thing. So the sky's the limit.
Yes. Was there anything else that you wanted me to show here? Oh yeah, I know. One more thing we wanted to show you is to share a itinerary. I'm just going to quickly pick one here. Let's pick this one, Costa Rica. And you can click share copy. And when your client opens this link up, it'll say your information at the top here. It'll say your phone number, your name of your agency, whatever is reflecting with your login when you log in. So that's a really cool, easy way to share this itinerary. It'll share the whole itinerary, and if they would respond to you once they get that. Yeah.
The how to learn. My favorite thing is with Avalon under the Knowledge Hub, the river cruises, learn about Europe rivers. I love that little
Yes.
the little website you have where we can learn about how extra special each river is and what it's known for, because it's hard to keep up with it.
Yep. And you can basically search anything here. If you're looking for a specific destination, it'll bring up all of the tours for that particular destination with different brands too. So it'll give you all the different tours, and then you can click through those or just click through the destinations and travel styles as well. I like to point that out. So if you're just looking at rail trips, your clients want to go to Switzerland and check out the Switzerland by rail trip. Yep. So that's the portal. Yeah.
Take some time, guys. I can't stress enough, and I have stressed before, you cannot break the portal. You can only get to know each other better. Poke around and see what's there. Click on hyperlinks. That's how my poking around with it is how I found under Knowledge Hub, under the Avalon section, this river cruises to share link. And it's an interactive map showing you where the river flows, what countries it's going to hit, and then it'll even give you suggestions based on new to cruise or seasoned river cruiser itineraries. This was an accidental find for me that I am super always excited about by learning and getting to know each other better. So with any, and that really goes for any supplier's travel advisor portals. Take a few minutes, poke around, get to know each other better, because the more you know is the more empowering you can be.
And Irene, one of the trends we're seeing too, and we created another web page, is under booking tools, we have spontaneous getaways.
Yes. Oh, I forgot about that one.
And
Thanks
that one
for
will show
reminding.
you what we have available for like next month, because we are seeing a trend in late bookings. So that's another very nice, and you can click right through to the tour, but it shows the date and everything. So if you're looking for those.
It is a constant changing list. So if you have a client that's wanting to book within the 90 days, because I believe, Wendy, there's Christmas markets on there too, right?
I believe so.
Or holiday time, or
yep, right
yeah,
here.
the holiday section. You want to really stress urgency with these, because if it's there today, there's no guarantee it'll be there the next time you look. So a lot of these, Victoria, keep me straight, these might be geared towards individual travel versus group travel. But if you see something that's interest and you feel like you could have a group with it, immediately give our groups team a call and they'll be able to see if there's a space. Remember, you guys, until December 31st, you have 1 for 10 TCs, and with Globus and Cosmos, Archer is a part of the group development program, and we want to see how successful you guys can be with groups. And I lately, actually, I have been seeing your colleagues book and quote some groups and individual invoices. So I'm super, again, I can't stress it how much excitement there is to see where you guys go. The sky is always going to be the limit. Before we end, Victoria, is there anything that you want Wendy to point out in the portal, or Tanya?
Honestly, no. I think Wendy did a great job. The only other thing I guess that I would say is that search bar along the homepage where Wendy is right now. That can be a little tricky. You know, sometimes it's looking for the tour name, but if you don't have a tour name and you just want to look at everything we have, let's say for Italy, for land tours, you can definitely go there, but you can also just type in Italy on that search bar in the homepage, and it'll pull up everything. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yep. As one of the things I thought of too, and we're kind of wrapping it up, but the guaranteed departures. If you're looking at land or Cosmos, you're going to want to be sure that that departure is flagged as a guaranteed date. Because a lot of our tours, while we do have the most guaranteed departures for land in the industry, not all of them are a guaranteed departure until we hit that specific requirement to run it. So kind of like how Ocean has shore excursions where the tour operator has to have a certain number to actually have that shore excursion go. And it's kind of a similar concept with departures with Globus and Cosmos, where we need to also hit that threshold. But we have guaranteed departures for quite a few vacations. And when you're in the main home screen of the Travel Advisor portal, it's clicking and selecting guaranteed departures is right there. You just check that box, and based on what you're looking for, those guaranteed dates will show up.
I will share super quickly that sometimes some of our departures never flip over to show as guaranteed, even if they are pretty much full, because sometimes I think maybe our IT team can't keep up with it or what have you. So if you're ever, if you have clients that are interested in a date, it's not showing as guaranteed, give us a call, whether it's individual reservations or us in groups. You can always just ask, or you can you can shoot us an email once you have our contact info, what have you, and just say, hey, let us know, how many seats are still available on that classic fall foliage, or, does that look like it's going to be almost full? So we can always tell you what, what each tour looks like, because I would say just don't be alarmed if you don't see something that doesn't show as guaranteed, because sometimes they just don't ever show as guaranteed, but they're could be close to full and ready to go. So always just give us a call. We're happy to let you know.
And with that, we can't wait to see rather where you guys head with it. Alex, I'm going to turn it back over to you for the last few minutes to see if there's any questions.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you all for the presentation. I see a lot of people here that are very thankful for the information, and they're very excited to be working with Globus. I see one question here. What are the key differences between Globus, Cosmos, Avalon, and monograms, and how do I know which one is right for my clients or a traveler?
I can actually chime in on that one if you'd like. So monograms is now called independent by Globus. So it used to be called monograms, but it's still available, and that truly is our more independent. So if you're the only 2 people booked, you're going to be the only 2 people while doing the touring portion. If there's maybe 4 people booked, you'd be touring with 4 other people, but other than that, you have all your free time. It's just very independent. It's actually my favorite way to travel because I like to eat my way through countries and try out new restaurants and stuff. And then Globus and Cosmos, just to be clear, you're not going to have always the same itineraries. You're going to have maybe some different itineraries for Cosmos. So really, I mean, Globus is going to be the first class centrally located hotels, and Cosmos is going to be, the couple steps below, more budget friendly. And even if the hotels are not in the heart of the city, we make sure that they will be near the city, maybe West Zurich, for example. I've stayed there, and we make sure that there is really good places to get food, to shop, and public transportation near the hotels. So we still make sure that it's easy to get around for the clients.
All right.
Within
awesome.
the Travel Advisor portal, when you're looking at the itinerary, after you scroll down past the day by day, you can look at the hotels, see where they are on the map, get a feel for what the rooms look like, the public areas, just like you would be from that website of the hotel itself. So we're definitely going to be showing you where your clients will be going to. And then Alex, I believe there was another little part about Avalon in that question.
Mm-hmm. Just the difference between Avalon, Cosmos, Globus, and monograms.
So Globus and Cosmos are land with land touring, and Avalon is river cruises.
Okay, great.
So,
all right. And I'm seeing here, what are the most popular destinations or itineraries right now? Are there any like hot sellers?
So we actually have, and that's on a whole other presentation. I know that our escapes actually are quite popular right now, especially since we're heading into the off season. Our marketing team does a great job with providing those suggestions, and they are kind of voted on, and we see where the booking trends are. I know that there was an Irish escape. Alex, if we can take this person's contact information, I'd be happy to look into it further.
Sure.
For them. A lot of our North America tours are quite popular as well. Don't discredit, as we've talked about Europe and going over across the 6 different continents. Remember how big our continent is with North America. We have so much to offer your clients from a local level to where they can do fall foliage, as Wendy mentioned, or the Great Canyons in Utah, or the Starry Nights. Wendy just did a FAM earlier this summer within the national parks. When you're in the portal, look at North America. It's an easier ticket for your clients possibly to book for air, to get somewhere local, to give them a taste of touring. We have a Music Legends tour between Nashville and Memphis with an extension possibly looking at going down to New Orleans. In our backyard, Down the street from the Archer office in La Crescenta, we have a tour based around the Rose Parade to where the floats are displayed after the parade, down taking you into the heart of Colorado Street as a part of a VIP experience for that on New Year's Day. There's a hot air balloon festival in New Mexico. So I would, for most popular tours right now, outside of Escapes, I would almost look at what North America departures have for your clients, because they are close to home, and sometimes people don't realize how big our country is, and we have some amazing opportunities and experiences to offer as well.
I agree, Irene. It's national parks are just a very hot seller right now. And just to chime in, our number one seller year over year, I've actually worked for Globus for 21 years now. So Italy is always our top seller because there's so many different areas in Italy that you can go. Italy, also Scotland and Ireland are big top sellers. Portugal, Croatia. I feel like those were like the top 4 that I've seen recently.
Amazing, yeah. And actually, I just wanted to chime in on a personal note. 15 years ago with my family, I went on a Globus tour to Italy. So I can personally vouch for how great quality they are. You know, we got to see a whole lot of sights and unforgettable restaurants and landscapes. You know, we got to see the Colosseum. The tour guide was very nice and amiable. It was just a really wonderful time. So personally, I can vouch for how great Globus is.
We'll get you on another one soon, Alex. Thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And see,
That's
it's those
great.
memories. It's
Mhm.
that software experiences in the travel squad that we talked about earlier, right, Alex? That helps you go down memory lane and remember how lovely it was.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and Globus nailed it. So, I mean, it's definitely a core memory for sure. Seeing another question here. What is the current deposit and cancellation policy, especially since we're past COVID?
Well, so the deposits, you guys need to, I'm fully going to hone in on the seriousness of this. If you're depositing and putting names on a reservation, dates of birth, it is going to be a $250 per person non-refundable deposit. You need to be stressing vacation protection. That is the only way your clients would be getting their deposit back. We advertise it as a non-refundable deposit, and it is a non-refundable deposit, but it is $250 per person for Avalon and Torrey.
Irene, what happens if someone cancels for a non-covered reason and they have insurance?
Then they would need to be filing a claim with our insurance company that we partner with for vacation protection, or if they have an outside company that they have vacation protection with, that claim would need to be filed for the covered reasons.
Yep, and
I
if it's
actually-
non-covered, they'll get a credit back minus the trip insurance. So there is
There you go.
availability for non-covered reasons. I just wanted to stress that it's important, as Irene said, to have them purchase the travel protection.
And this is past the non-refundable deposit, right? Because I was just about to kind of hint at like once you have final payment, you're already at 50% penalties if they need to cancel. And then up until a certain amount of days, remind me, Wendy, where we're within 50 to once you hit 80%.
Yep. And if they don't have final payment yet and they're outside of 180 days, there is some flexibility to move to an alternative tour as long as you're outside of that 6 months.
So you just your clients got to communicate. You got to keep in touch with them, anything hiccups. And then once you hit that 80%, you're in that up until the day prior to any post-departure pre-nights that you have booked before the actual trip starts. And then from that pre-departure day 1 or the day prior to that tour or river cruise starting is when you would hit that 100% penalty for where it would be completely non-refundable. But as all of the travel suppliers have told you, when it comes to cancellations, vacation protection is vital.
Absolutely.
And that should be a part of the selling. If it isn't already, that should be a part of your selling process too.
Okay, great. And I have one more. It says, are there any loyalty or rewards programs for travel advisors who consistently sell Globus?
Yeah, your sweet rewards. Wendy
Nice.
can go, she's actually the gatekeeper of all things sweet rewards. But with Avalon, that's pertaining to sweet rewards. That's where you can sail in a panorama suite for 7 days for yourself as a travel advisor and a travel companion. So two of you total for $12.95 per person. You do need to have at least two people, so one booking typically booked and deposited for you to activate your sweet rewards. Wendy, is there a limit for how many sweet rewards? It's one per year, right?
Yep,
Or
it's one per year. So if you travel in June of this year, you have to book after June next year. So it's every 12 months.
Yeah.
And people
so
take
that's
advantage of them because it's such a good deal and you can build a group around it too. I mean,
Mhm.
that's the best way to do it. Get that commission with a comma and sail for an extremely cheap rate.
Great, great. I mean, once you get to know the portal, because you can make practice bookings, you'll see the average invoice price for a consumer. And when you look at that and you're basing it on that panorama suite, no, you'll be quite pleasantly surprised at how fantastic that sweet reward rate is for $12.95 per person. That is strictly the cruise fare. It does not We're not including the air to get over to your embarkation port, over to Europe, etc. We're strictly talking about the cruise itself. And then for land, it is a little bit different as far as travel advisor discounts. That is based on passengers traveled within a calendar year and how far out you are looking to travel yourself. So the more passengers you have traveled, and typically the sooner or the closer in you're looking to book yourselves for that tour, the bigger the discount. When
Yep,
the
you can.
time comes,
Oh, sorry,
can
you
look at
can
that.
you can start earning at 4 traveled passengers. If you book inside of 90 days, it'll be 50% off for you and your companion. I think that's very generous.
So on a case by case basis, when you're ready, myself and Wendy would be able to look at that with you.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And just wrapping up here, I think that's all the questions we have. Ladies, any closing remarks? Which want to thank you really quick for the presentation. Super insightful stuff, and see a lot of agents here that are super excited to work with Globus.
Awesome. No, I mean, we have the leadership at Globus is very excited to see where you as an Archer family can go with this. I had the full-hearted support the minute I brought up if we could offer you guys 1 for 10 TCs between now and the end of the year. And from Scott Nisbet to Pam, who are the presidents of Globus and Avalon, to Camille Aliberry, who is our senior VP for trade, down to Wendy and I's immediate leadership team, they just immediately said yes. So they believe in you, we believe in you, and we are here to help you however we can to make your group successful for you and your agency specifically rocking and rolling.
Awesome, awesome. Well, ladies, Irene, Wendy, Victoria, Tanya, thank you guys so much for the presentation. I see a lot of agents here are very happy. Thank you guys. So informative, very informative webinar. Thank you. I can't wait to join. All right. Awesome.
Thanks,
awesome.
Alex.
Yeah, thank you
Absolutely.
too, Alex. Have a great weekend. Happy Friday. And if you need anything, I can easily say, because it's a not complicated email address, send me a note at iga@globusfamily.com with any questions to get started. And then I'll loop in Wendy or whomever, Victoria, to see where we can have the direction point us.
All right. Awesome.
But
awesome.
have a good weekend. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Have a great weekend, ladies. Everyone, take care of yourselves.
Take
Bye.
care.
Yeah. Good night.